Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Vivian. So in today's tutorial we are learning how to make this simple shift dress you are seeing right here on this video. Okay, so if this is what you're interested in learning, please stay with me. And before we go ahead, please help me subscribe to this channel if you are yet to subscribe. Like this video, give it a thumbs up and turn on your notification button so whenever I post interesting videos like this you'll get notified. So let's get started. So guys, first fold your fabric into two. As you can see, this fabric I'm working with is on fold. So I also drew a straight line here just to guide for the measurement. From this straight line I drew, I'm going to also from there measure my half length. And my half length is 17 inches. That is what I just measured. So I'll go ahead and square the line. Then after that, I'll be taking my hip measurement from this line also. From here, my hip measurement is 22. So I'm going to mark it here. Then after that, I also go ahead and square the line just like so. So the next thing I'll be doing is to take the full length of this dress. And the full length I'm working with is 32 inches. I don't want it to be too long. You can go ahead and increase it. Or if you feel like my own is long enough that you don't want it to be long like that, you can go ahead and reduce it. Okay, my own is 32 inches. So I'll be adding 1 inches for hemming allowance. So I'll also go ahead and square the line just like so. Now I want to go ahead and take my shoulder measurement, and for me to do that I'll divide my shoulder measurement by 2, and that's 15 inches by 2, and that will give me 7.5 inches. So I'll go ahead and mark it here. So I'll add extra half inch for ease because this is a big gown. Now I have to from here determine how the length, like I have to determine the length of my sleeve. This is a cut and join. We are not adding sleeve, we are cutting the sleeve together from here. Okay, so I'll go ahead and determine the length of my sleeve, and the length I'm working with is 8 inches. So I'll go ahead and add extra 1 inches. The 1 inch will be for flap on the sleeve. I'll show you how I'll do that. So now let's go ahead and work on the neck. The neck width we are working with is 3 inches. So I'll go ahead and mark it, and my neck depth will be 3 inches as well. So after that, I'll go ahead and square the line just like this. Square the line first. Then after squaring the line, I'll use my French curve to curve it. You can use your free hand if you can do that. I'll use my French curve to curve it this way. So now I want to make this neck a bold neck since I don't have any zipper to add. If you have a zip, you can go ahead and use the first neck measurement, then add your zip at the back, but I don't want to add any zip. Then from here to the where the neck width stopped, I'm going to divide anything I get from there into 2. So okay, after dividing it, so from there I will now curve it and join it to that neck depth. Okay, I'm not touching the neck depth, just the neck width. I'm going to go inside. Okay, and now this will serve as our new neck measurement. We are not going to be cutting from there, we are going to be cutting from the new measurement that we took. Okay, so from this side I'll come down by 1 inch to mark our shoulder slope. This will serve as shoulder slope. This is because our shoulder is not straight. So we'll go ahead and connect the line to the neck. So connect the line like this. Then after that, I will now take out measurements, how wide I want this sleeve to be. So from here, determine the wideness of your sleeve. So for me, I'll be taking something around 9 inches, and that is how wide I want my sleeve to be. Okay, so you can go ahead and reduce your own, or you can go ahead and increase it. If you're in a bigger side, you can use 10 inches or 11 inches. So from this point, I'm going to square the line and take it down to the folded part of this dress. Remember, when we are taking the horizontal measurement, we did not mark out anything like chest line or bust points. Okay, we started from the half length. So from this line is where we are going to be taking our bust measurement. So from this line, you divide your bust measurement by 4. You mark it, then add 1 inches for ease. This is a free gown. Then extra 1 inches for seaming allowance. On the same way on half length, I'll take my waist measurement by divide by 4, then 1 inch for allowance, and 1 inch for sewing. On the hip side too, I'll divide my hip by 4. I'll mark it, extra 1 inch for allowance and extra 1 inch for sewing. Now coming to the hemming part, anything that you marked on that hip side is what you will mark here, okay? So the total measurement you took on that hip side is what you are marking on that hemming side, and that is basically all for the measurement. And I'll go ahead and connect these lines together. So first I'm connecting from the half length down to the hip side using my free hand to curve it. Then I will now use my ruler to mark it straight down to the hemming side. Okay, you can use your curve ruler to do this place if you are not sure of the curve you did. Okay, then from this place that the sleeve length stopped, I will join the line like this. I'll join it, just slant my ruler a little bit. You can see what I'm doing. It's not too straight, I just have to slant it a little. Then after that, I will join these 2 lines together, the half length and the chest point, and that's basically all. Now I'll go ahead and cut the material. Then after that, I will cut the facing for the neck. I'll fold my material into 4, then place it this way and trace the curve for the neck. After cutting it out, I'll use my tape to mark 3 inches from this side, and that's how I'll continue to mark it round, trace it round 3 inches all round. After that, I'll curve it, then I'll go ahead and cut it out, and this will serve as a facing for the neck. This is what we're going to use to do facing for the neck. Then after that, I want to go ahead and cut the pocket, the front pocket. Remember, the pocket is in block form and there's no much measurement. We are cutting only 2 pieces, so go ahead and remove the other one. We are cutting only 2 pieces. So now I'll just make sure the pocket I'm cutting that is not too big or too small, just that it will be big enough to enter my hand, and that's what I'm doing. So after that, I'll trace the place I want to cut it. I'll now cut it this way, so I'll just have to trim it. So now for us to fix this pocket, we're going to go ahead and hem the upper side by folding it inside 2 times, and then stitching it. So now after stitching it, I want to place it on the front part and the front side. So from my shoulder, I'll go ahead and take measurement where I want the pocket to start, where I'm going to place this pocket. Okay, and this is where it will be starting. So from the side also, I'll go ahead and determine where it will stop, okay, or where the side part will be starting. So from this side, I am coming in by 3 inches, and that is 3 inches mark here. And this side also, I'll come in by 3 inches as well. Then after that, this is how I'll place the pocket. I'll fold it inside this way. Same thing with this side, I'll go ahead and fold it inside, and then also the down part, I'll fold it inside. Then after that, I will stitch it round. And same thing with this other part, I'll place it from that line, from that point I marked, I'll fold it inside this way. Then I'll go ahead and sew it. Sew the 3 sides, and the other side too, I'll sew it. So after sewing it, guys, this is what I have. I did not show you guys how I did the upper side, okay? I had to add bias because it was too plain. So after that, I will introduce the back side. You see, it's right side facing right side. I'll place it this way and make sure everything aligns together. I'll hold it this way. Then I'll go ahead and stitch this shoulder side like this. And same thing with this other side, I'll stitch it using 1/2 inches. Then I'll have to work on the facing. So for the facing, I'm going to go ahead and hem the downside like this, fold it inside twice, and then stitch it round. For the 2 of them, I'm going to do the same thing, fold it inside twice and then stitch it. Then after that, I'll also be joining the 2 sides together, right side facing right side. I'll use 1/2 inch to sew it. So after stitching the shoulder, this is what I have. Now I'm going to place the facing there. So I have to adjust it very well. Make sure everything aligns together. So I'll have to place it this way. Make sure the shoulder line is together, like is equal. So I'll use my pin and hold it in place. Likewise this side, I'll use my pin also and hold it in place. So after now, I'll go over to the sewing machine and sew it round the neck, sew it using 1/2 inches. Then for this sleeve, I've gone ahead to cut this piece of cloth that I'm using for the flaps. Okay, the width of this cloth is 3 inches, so I'll be going ahead to fold it into 2 like this. So after sewing it, it will remain like 1 inches. So I'll fold it this way and I'll place it using 1/2 inches and sew it like this. Okay, after that I'll iron it. So now I'm done sewing the facing. You can see how neat it's looking. I've gone ahead to sew it round, and for the flaps also, I've gone ahead to sew it. I'll trim the excess part, and this is it. I sewed it from the wrong side. Sorry, this material I can't determine the wrong side because it's a pure cotton, but I sewed it from the wrong side. Then after that I have to turn it over to the right side. Okay, and then iron it. This is it. Iron it, and this is how it's looking. Same thing with this other side too. So same thing with this side. I'll just trim the excess pieces. Now I'm almost done with this dress. You can see there's nothing much here. It's just as simple as that. You can see how the hand is looking. You can see it from the right side. You can see it this way. So now I'm going to turn this dress over to the wrong side. Okay, this is wrong side of it. Then I'll hold it together like this. Fold the thing inside, fold the sleeve inside just like that. Then I'll go ahead and stitch the side using 1/2 inches. I'll stitch this side all the way down like this, all the way down, and same thing I'll be doing to this other side as well. So let me go and stitch it. I'll come back. So guys, I'm done stitching it. I'll just trim out this. I'm done stitching it. You can see how the hand is looking, and I'm almost done. So what I'll do now, from this side I'll give it a little notch. Okay, from this armpit side, armhole, I'll be armpit side, yeah, I'll give it a little notch just to allow for free movement. Okay, and same thing I'll do to this other side too. Just give it a notch like 1 or 2, and be careful not to cut the thread. So now the remaining thing is just to go ahead and hem this down side. So I'll be folding it inside twice. Remember, we gave extra 1 inch allowance. So I'll first fold 1/2 inch and then fold it again. That's 1 inch. Then I'll go ahead and sew it all around. And that is all for this dress. And I am done. This dress is very fine, and the sewing is very, very neat as well. So if you just follow the step and do your own like that. So guys, if you watch this video till this end, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. So now for that hand, I'm going to stitch it together on that shoulder side so it won't be falling out. Just like that, just a straight line, stitch it there. So help me subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, and turn on your notification button so whenever I post a video like this, you will get notified. Don't forget to drop a comment. See you next time when I post a video like this, and thank you for watching. God bless you. Bye.